All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Trying to think like what would maybe be the best way to go about this, right? Because like this one, I know off topic. We're gonna get there. This is a weird way to start, like this one. So let me just show you guys. When I click like roster on this one, it doesn't pop up here. I can come over here, and I thought I could come in here and like I can turn the roster on so you guys can see it. You know what I mean? Um, but it does make the screen a little bit smaller, and it is a little bit of a hassle to kind of do that. It is possible though. We're kind of gonna work with this for a little bit, and then if I find that it's too annoying, we'll come and we'll switch back to this. I know it's a little bit further away, but anyway, what is going on, YouTube? It is the Bronx Prince, and welcome back to TEW 2020. No, I don't have the new game, and if anybody comes in and watches this and they ask me, hey, do you have the new game? I'm going to tell you, no, I don't have the new game because I don't really play a whole lot anyway, right? Let me go grab my drink real quick. So I only have a little bit, right? It's New Year's Eve. I need to go shower. I just got back from the gym. I need to go shower and get ready to go to a New Year's Eve party here in the next few hours. So I only have a few minutes. So we're going to kind of work through, and I'm going to show you what we got here, right? I can't click anything, and you guys can't see, and that's okay. Okay. Um, but I'm going to run you through what we got. I'm going to try to turn things on as we get them. This definitely might be a little bit of a hassle. So let me just kind of run through this here real quick. So we have definitely not storylines, isn't open anymore. Okay, look at how small this is. I don't like this, but that's okay. We're gonna work with it here. Um, Hopefully things go well. So I am a few weeks in by now. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just turn it onto this for now. Will that work? Okay, I'm gonna just turn it on to this for now, right? As we go through this, and then I'll straighten it back out. So, um, we're looking at WCW 1992. If you look up here in the top left, you can see I've already booked a few weeks. I've booked all the way up to Clash of Champions, 24. No, wow, way off. 18. Holy. They stopped teaching Roman numerals in school. So, which is funny because my last name has a Roman numeral in it. Anyway, so this is something that's going to change, right? Strict storylines are turned off, and here's why. I have no clue really how to go about booking this. I have an idea. Over the last few weeks in game, I've gotten an idea of how I'm going to book this. The issue is this right here. So if you guys see, WCW Superbrawl 2 is in 25 days, right? The original database has it in week 4 of February in 1992. I'm doing WCW 1992, by the way, if you can't tell. Here's the issue with that is, and that was what it was like in real life. In real life, WCW Super Brawl 2 was on February 29th, and it was Lex Luger's last day in the company before going to the WBF for bodybuilding and then going to the WWF. The issue is Lex Luger starts with major morale issues. Okay? Um, and he handed in his notice. So he handed in his notice. He's got 25 days left on his contract. So in order to kind of make it make sense, I wasn't going to let the title change on free TV because that's not something that would happen in 1992. I want to make it somewhat realistic here. Um, so I decided to move Super Brawl up 2 weeks. Um, Here's again where the storyline issues lie. The reason I have strict storylines turned off is because I didn't have enough people to have storylines going and meet the minimum requirement. Um, and this is the big reason why. After Super Brawl, I plan on turning strict storylines on, and the minimum for WCW at this stage is not. It's like 3 storylines with a minimum of 50 heat, so super easy to handle. The issue is Lex Luger's not available on TV. It's I don't exactly know why it happened in real life. I know that he attacked Sting And then he disappeared off TV, and he came back for Superbrawl II looking jacked. He was definitely juice and crazy style. Um, so maybe I might not even wait until Superbrawl to turn storylines back on. I might turn storylines back on as soon as Luger comes back, because then I can kind of come through here. I'll probably do a Rick Rude, Ricky Steamboat thing. Sting and Luger obviously going in. I think one way to kind of go about storylines here going forward is to one second. Yeah, here we go. Let me turn this on. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I was turning something else on. Right. So the best way to go about storylines here, I think, is to go with our main feuds and then kind of like contender series feuds, right? It'll be a little bit difficult. I still don't know how I'm gonna do it, but thankfully I'm giving myself a little bit of wiggle room until Lex Luger comes back on TV to try to figure it back out. So I'm not gonna do what they did in real life. In real life, they kept them off TV until Super Brawl, yada yada yada. No harm, no foul. So these are the champions. No titles have changed hands yet. Um, we have Steve Austin, who I'm planning on keeping. This is where the real life will deviate a little bit from what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna fire him. So we have Steve Austin, who's the television champion right now. Ricky Steamboat and Dustin Rhodes, who are the tag team champions. Lex Luger, who's the WCW champion, world heavyweight champion, to clarify here. And he's leaving. I can't re-sign him. If maybe the WWF, for whatever reason, after his legal reasons go away, don't re-sign him, if he'll come back, I will try to make it so he comes back. Um, I have the Young Pistols are the United States Tag Team Champions. Rick Rude's the United States Champion, and Jushin Thunder Liger is the light heavyweight champion. So, creative, this is where we're at. Our franchise players, we have Sting, who's also our figurehead, Rick Rude, and Ricky Steamboat. Next big things, we have Liger, Dustin Rhodes, Steve Austin, Joey Maggs. Hot prospects, we have Liger, Pillman, Austin, Rhodes, Cactus Jack, who I'm also planning on keeping. I'm playing as Dusty Rhodes. I did make him an occasional doing anything crazy, but we'll kind of circle back to Dusty Rhodes here in a minute. So Dusty Rhodes, Rick Rude, Sting, Paulie Dangerously, Arn Anderson, and if I can avoid getting rid of Paulie, I will as well. Showstoppers, the in-ring performances to a whole new level when they need to. Sting, Liger, Steamboat, Pillman, Rick Rude makes sense. Ring generals, Anderson, Sting, Steamboat, Beautiful Bobby E, and Rick Rude makes sense. Liger, Rhodes, Austin, Steamboat, Rick Rude are hot. Arn Anderson is not. Hidden gems, don't think we're really looking at anybody here right now. No. Okay. So, the reason why I did bring Dusty Rhodes back, kind of, is in 8 months in game, Ric Flair's contract expires with the WWF. Now, in real life, he came back. And I'm going to try to get him to come back. And, maybe I'm trying to do a little cop out throwback feud here with. Wow, that was embarrassing. With Dusty Rhodes. I would like to bring Macho Man in. He's my favorite wrestler of all time. I did throw a few other guys, younger guys, on the short list here. Obviously, Miss Elizabeth, Sid Vicious. I think his contract expired, and most of these, I probably 100% will never touch any of these guys, just because of how far away they were. And I guarantee you, I unfortunately, I will lose interest in these guys or in this save before anything comes close to getting there, getting ready here. I do have Luger on my short list too, because like I said, I'm gonna try to re-sign him if WWF doesn't come scoop him up. Now, is there anything else I want to touch upon here? Teams. Okay. These are your normal teams here. Yeah, Barry Windham Rhodes. I know, like they were kind of teaming up against the Dangerous Alliance, the Young Pistols, my job tag team. These guys were just apparently they're former tag team champions, yeah, United States tag team champions. But yeah, they're my job guys. The Steiner brothers, the Freebirds, Steamboat and Rhodes, who are the champs. Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. Richard Morton and Tommy Rich, I should say. Richard Morton is unimportant at the moment, and it's because he's got I came in and he had cold, and I'm not really putting him over anybody at the moment. I don't really see the point. This will change, right? As you see, works heal but preparing to turn. What does that mean? This is what that means. That means I signed Robert Gibson, and I'm gonna turn them face, and we're gonna have a tag team here. Um, so that'll be just fine and dandy. I do believe that when I switch his gimmick, when he turns babyface, in fact, I should do that now. Prepare a what's Robert Gibson's gimmick looking like? It is just a standard gimmick. Okay, so we're gonna go realistic. I guess we can just go. I really wanted to get rated well here. Those in which the worker is playing a character. See, that doesn't really make sense. Cool air. Okay, so we'll go swagger and then old school face for both of them. We're gonna here prepare a gimmick change, swagger. We're just gonna go old school face. Nothing too crazy here, just a good old fashioned tag team wrestling. I don't want to change his gimmick yet, so I think I get the chance to. I think I have to wait a little bit. Okay, that's fine. So when I change his gimmick, though, I think his momentum will reset. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Anyway, that's about all we have here. We have the Diamond Mine, who I'm pushing pretty heavy. You know, they've got some TV time here, and the Dangerous Alliance, which it was cool and all, but you know, I think I'm gonna keep Paulie and Rick Rude together, and maybe kind of have Steve Austin going there. But I do think eventually I want to do the Hollywood Blondes. I think it will be a little early than it was in real life, but I do want to do the Hollywood Blondes for sure. Brian Pillman, Steve Austin, and that'll be, you know, longer than it was in real life, but not too long, because both of these guys have the potential to be huge. Obviously, Steve Austin did get huge, so now before we get going, is there any other thing that I felt like I wanted to mention? Don't think so off the top of my head. Oh, you know what? This is probably important. Let me go to history and let me kind of show you guys the way I've been booking it. So, WCW Worldwide is specifically, I didn't know this at the start, but if you come into broadcasting, I assume that this is what it was like in real life. The 1992 Chronicles mod is done really well. So it is strictly done, like it is strictly shown in the British Isles. So like that's it. Um, Not that that really goes into what I was trying to do. So Worldwide Wrestling is taped on the same day as World Championship Wrestling. So I've been kind of treating this like a show. I did have Rick Rude defeat Brian. Of course, you know, I figured that I wasn't around in 92, but I figure on a bigger TV show like your primetime wrestling, it maybe wasn't too crazy to have your, you know, a bigger star defend a title against this, you know, a lower star. And then WCW main event is also our B show. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of bringing again, as somebody that was born, this is 92. I was born 10 years later, right? Which is crazy to think about, that I really wasn't born that much later than this. But also 10 years is a long time. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was born 10 years later, so I don't really know a whole bunch of the TV. And of course, as of today, a lot of the old library is off Peacock, so I can't even watch it. But I do know that old school TV used to be, you know, name comes in, squashes somebody, you know, promo, name comes in, squashes somebody, promo, stuff like that, right? So I'm kind of morphing that idea with, you know, bigger TV shows, right? So you have your BTV shows, you normally like Big Van Vader, you know, squashing people. You have Ron Simmons squashing Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker. And then over here, you have the Fabulous Freebirds defeating some jabronis. It's jabronis. They're pro wrestlers, right? They went further than I did, kind of. I mean, I was involved in the wrestling business. We were, me and my buddy Alan, I hate to toot my own horn, we were hot for a little bit, but I kind of felt a pull away. Unfortunately, I had a lot of fun. I loved wrestling. I still do. but I kind of just felt like my time had come to kind of just step away. So anyway, and then we see it here again. Just some people beating up some unimportant guys is what they're termed in the game as unimportant. Then you have bigger TV shows. So that's where we're at. We're gonna go through Clash of Champions, and then finally, after 15 minutes, we're gonna start booking something. I don't know how much we're gonna book. Like I said, I do have a party to go to, but I do kind of just wanted to hop on here. So Clash of Champions TV special. It is a TV special. I probably could have made it. I definitely could have made it a pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view in real life. It is a TV special, so I didn't. Now, what happened here? We had Steve Austin and Larry Zbyszko defeat Barry Windham and Dustin Rhodes because I had Ricky Steamboat in the main event. The Young Pistols defeat Junkyard Dog and El Gigante to retain the titles. Just a throw-together team. Both of them were recognizable, and I figure I don't have plans for El Gigante because he's not good, and I don't have plans for Junkyard Dog at all. So I figured I'd put the Young Pistols over them, try to get them a pop boost. Beautiful Bobby Eaton and Paul Orndorff, who I signed, defeated the Steiner brothers. Why did they defeat the Steiner brothers? Good question. Bobby Eaton, part of the Dangerous Alliance. I'm trying to turn his momentum around because right now he's got cold momentum, and Paul Orndorff just came in, and, I'll get there. We're getting there. We're slowly working. I have a plan for Paul Orndorff. Big Van Vader defeats Johnny B. Bad. I will not lie. The very first time I simulated this show, I shut the game off and I went back in because Big Van Vader defeats Johnny B. Bad, and in my first playthrough of the game, he broke his neck. And I'm thinking to myself, it's one thing if it happens and it's like Sting and Ricky Steamboat versus Rick Rude and Arn Anderson in the main event. Arn Anderson used to do a pile driver, I think. Somebody gets hit with a pile driver. Rick Rude, I think, did a pile driver a little bit. Whatever. Breaks his neck. It's a video game, so it's not, it's like that makes sense. Big Van Vader beating up Johnny B. Bad on a television special would not have any bumps ever that would result in him breaking his neck. He does the Vader bomb and dislocates his shoulder somehow. Okay. That I could kind of see, but or Johnny B. Bad injury would make more sense. To me, it did not make sense, and I wasn't going to let that fly, so I restarted it. Juice and Thunder Liger defeats Brian Pillman and Richard Morton in a triple threat match to retain the WCW lightweight title. Now, I know triple threat matches weren't really big things. However, this was my mindset. Don't care. I'm playing the game. I'll play it however I want to, period. No, my mindset was... I wanted Liger to retain. I wanted Pillman in the match, but they're both baby faces, and if I'm not mistaken, the product has a strict divide, and I didn't want the match to get penalized. Now, could I have gone in and turned it off? Yes, absolutely. But whatever. No harm, no foul. Okay, so we ready? Here we go. 18 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to booking. Sorry, I know it took me a while. I do want to try something real quick here. I want to see if... Sorry about that. Can I... Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to go back to what I had. Just because, if I pull something up, you guys can't see it at all. It's, just strictly on that window. Don't know how to fix it. I feel bad for anybody that watches this after the stream and has to look at 20 minutes of me just babbling about crazy style. Maybe I'll try to do 2 weeks here. Like I said, my party isn't until 9, but I need to drive up, which is half an hour, and I need to pick up my girlfriend, and I still need to shower. So I'll probably just try to do 2 weeks. That's 6 shows of booking. Only one real show. The rest of it squashes. Like this one, squash. This is gonna be a squash show. So I'm gonna add angle. We're gonna... I don't really have a plan here. I'm kind of just winging it. Let me book my matches first. Okay, so we're gonna go 3 minutes. Gonna put Big Van Vader out there. Get up there on the TV, big dog. Then, is there any unimportant jabronis? Of course there are. There always is. Joey Maggs. Cool. Johnny B. Bad. No, I'm actually trying to push Johnny B. Bad, actually. I know it's crazy. I'm trying to book him. I'm trying to book him and push him. You know, you will be a world champion in my Fed. Not really, not really. But all right, let's put him over Van Hammer. Okay, we're gonna go Big Van Vader. Open. Um, you know what? Actually, I might do here. So first off, we're gonna go domination. Um, I don't know. Is he managed by anybody? That's the question. He should be because he can't talk. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do this right here. Apparently, WCW Worldwide Wrestling is just Tony Schiavone, so that's cool. Roster. I believe that this would make sense here because Lex Luger's on his way out, and of course Vader's gonna get a feud with Sting for the title. Oh, whoop! Spoiler alert! Not really. I feel like everybody should have seen that was gonna come. Just because I don't have anybody like I mean I could go Rick Rude, but I kind of want to keep the real to life Rick Rude Ricky Steamboat rivalry. You know, at least going in. You know, I would love to do that for a little bit. Obviously, Rick Rude will eventually feud. Maybe I might even give him the strap. You know, I haven't decided yet. Okay. So now we have Harley Race with Big Van Vader. So now we're gonna give him a good old fashioned promo. Big I can't spell. Menace. He's got to have a high menace, right? I mean, got to. Big Van Vader. Menace 100. Wow. All right. Hey, let's cook. I'm gonna let this guy cook. I know I'm gonna let Harley Race I'm gonna give him the mic. I'm gonna give him the mic. Now, what do we have here? We're gonna go Johnny B. Bad, who, by the way, because of his wins on Worldwide, and I wasn't really booking him on main event because I didn't know that it was just the British Isles. He is having some growth in the British Isles. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, Johnny B. Bad. They love you in Britain, buddy. Okay, got Johnny B. Bad here. And unfortunately, Johnny B. Bad, I just said I'm trying to give you the book. Like, I'm trying to give you the rocket. Oh, that pause. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm going to feed. You know what? I'll make it an open match. I'll let you get some offense. 6 minutes in. I'm going to feed you to beautiful Bobby E. And that guy needs to turn his shtick around. Paul Lee. And then we got beautiful Bobby Eaton. All right. I'm giving them some serious promo time because I'm going to be honest. If I book, 3 to 6 minute matches the entire show, it'll be 50 segments. It'll take me forever to book, so don't care. Go book it yourself if you have problems. Ron Simmons. I got to do something with Ron Simmons. You know what? I got an idea. We'll wait though. We'll wait. We'll get there. I'm gonna go Ron Simmons. Is there some jabroni that he can beat here? Who's a heel? Not a whole lot of guys that you can squash that are heels. Oh, you know what? It's literally the same amount. I just don't know where they are. It's a little bit less. But I can't do Steve Armstrong because I'm actually pushing him like as a part of a tag team. Pat Rose. All right. The art of the job guy is lost. I'm going to be honest. Job guys used to be so cool. Imagine getting paid, $200 for 3 minutes of work, right? You show up, poor Van Hammer was kind of more of a regular part of the roster. But, like you just have job guys who go around and they lose. Like that's their job, no pun intended, is to go out there and lose, right? This is also before Ron Simmons won the world title. So, anyway, you get paid $200 to go 3 minutes of work, but you got to go get beat up by Vader. Dude, you'd show up to the docks the next day or to the office with like broken ribs. You know what I mean? You're like, wait a minute, I saw you on TV. You're the guy that got Vader bombed, buddy. Paul Orndorff. He actually pulls good ratings. I'm not gonna lie to you here. Match history, 58. That's not good. That kind of, I thought, right here, 68. I mean, it was a tag team match, so it might be like But even here, he pulled a 66 for Smoky Mountain Wrestling. He won the heavyweight title. Jim Cornette said we got Paul Orndorff, legend. I'm gonna put the title on him, and then it popped up. I remember it popped up on my news. Paul Orndorff wins big, or new SMW champion, and I was like, oh hey, I know Smoky Mountain Wrestling. Click, oh it's Paul Orndorff, taking him. He's mine. So, we're gonna put Paul Orndorff over another jabroni, Arachnaman. That's right. That's right. Who is Arachnaman? Does anybody know? It's Brad Armstrong! Whoa! I know who he is. I didn't know he was Arachnaman. That's sick. Sorry, Brad. I feel bad now. Good to know. Good to know. Brad Armstrong was also that guy. That sounds so bad. He was the guy for the Freebirds, right? The Freebirds had a Brad Armstrong and the... Oh, I spelled that wrong. Isn't he Brad Armstrong? Ah, yes, the masked member named Badge Street. That's what it is. Let me find... Right there. There he is. There he is. Brad Armstrong in a mask, baby. That's what's up. Anyway, sorry. Kind of got a little off topic there. All right, Paul Orndorff. Go squash him, please. For the love of everything I have. I hate to do this to you, Brad, but I should take that note off. It's like second nature, right? It's like instincts. Paul Orndorff. Give him some promo time, even though that guy, I'm pretty sure he's not good at the non-scripted promos, I believe. He's actually not bad. I'm still going to script him, though. You know what? It's a B show. Why not? Why not let him fly? Turn his filter off, too. You go out there, and you cut the most scathing promo on Arachnaman that you can, buddy. All right, and then main event time. We're going to give the people of the British Isles something to be happy about. We're going to give him Shane Douglas, who I also signed, versus a babyface who needs a win. Shane Douglas, I'm sorry. I'm just I'm just selling you out. The Great Muda's one appearance is going to be on the show that's broadcasted to the British Isles. Oh, you know what? Z-Man could probably use a win. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shane Douglas. I actually like Shane Douglas, but you have warm momentum. Is there anybody else I can maybe put him over? Probably not. I can't put him over Cactus. Oh no. Oh no, Shane Douglas. I don't want to ruin Tommy Rich anymore either. Dang, this stinks for you, Shane. Well, here's what I'm going to do. Just because. I'm going to go Z-Man. We're going to make it an open match. And we're going to keep Shane Douglas strong. Shane Douglas is going to just beat the heck out of him the entire time. The franchise. All right. JD's and Lenelman. Let's get into the show. Big Van Vader 86. Attaboy. He's a squash master, so yeah. 66 rated match, not too shabby. Harley Race and Big Van Vader, alright. Okay. Johnny B. Bad is having some pretty good matches in front of the people of the British Isles. Let's vote him in for Prime Minister, shall we? Good promo here. I'm just running through this. I actually I'm kind of just having a good time. Let me feel the vibes, guys, okay? I haven't done anything TEW related on this channel in 3 years. Maybe 2. Hold on. I'm going to look now. I do think the last time I did it, it was also a live stream. It was... Let me check. Almost 2 years ago. It was January 31st of 2024. So, almost 2 years ago. Let me feel the vibes, all right? I'm having a good time here. Did I do anything? Oh, yeah. And I haven't posted really anything on the channel, period, ever. Ever. I mean, not really. I have a lot of videos. I just took them all off and stuff. So. Let me feel the vibes, please. I'm having a good time. Great time. Amazing time, actually. Some might say it is the best time. Okay. Sorry. I'm kind of just doing a little bit of research. You know what's funny? Side note, my girlfriend's entire family like refers to me as her friend. Right? So she just changed her profile picture on Facebook to a picture of us, and her entire family's like, hope to meet your friend. Dog. Okay. Bro. Anyway, sorry, off topic. Let's get going. Ron Simmons promo, solid match. It's alright. 65, not bad. Paul Orndorff beats the heck out of Brad Armstrong, who can work. He can work. Arachnaman off his game, pulled a 52. Yo, I'm giving these guys the Starrcade main event. I'm giving them 30 minutes. Let's ride. Paul Orndorff promo. Oh. Okay, Paul. Prove me wrong. Oh, of course. And the match stunk. I tried to give him something to go home happy with. But I should have ended with the Vader match. Everybody wants to see Vader squash somebody. All right, here we go. ATV show. Let's see what we got here. So I had an idea, and I lost it. So that's nice. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn strict storylines back on. Okay? And I'm going to fix this right now. We're going to go storylines. Okay, 3 storylines, 50 heat. So the Dangerous Alliance is out of control. That's true. Here's the issue. We're going to end the storyline. Okay, and the reason you end the storyline, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think I read somewhere that, like, you know, if you want the storyline to meet the heat demand of the fans, okay, go ahead. But if you end the storyline, I'm actually pretty sure that the people get a boost. I don't know if it'll happen right away. It doesn't look like it happened right away, but it should happen. Maybe I messed up, and maybe you're supposed to end it in a... Hey, you shut up! Ole Anderson about Johnny B. Bad. You know nothing. You know nothing except how to talk like the Taskmaster. I'm kidding. That's disrespectful. Ole Anderson, legend, by the way. Anyway, so we're going to turn these back on. We're going to make this work. Okay, WCW. I'm going to go Luger, champion, versus Sting. Unfortunately, this match will not... This is something that we can't necessarily build to a whole lot. But we have a cop-out. Harley Race is Lex Luger's manager. So Harley Race can kind of be a proxy, even though we can't do anything physical. We can do promos, build up towards the match. This is good. This also gives us a reason to maybe put Vader in there with him before the pay-per-view. Okay, and then we're going to go Steamboat. Well, Rude's the champion, so we're going to go Rude versus Steamboat. Then we got Ravishing Rick Rude and Ricky Steamboat in there. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to go WCW. I want to do something with the light heavyweight title, don't get me wrong. However, I don't know what to do. So, that will kind of cause a little bit of trouble. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Bill Watts had it right. You know what I mean? Maybe he had it right. Was it Bill Watts that got rid of it or Jim Herd? Can't remember. One of them got rid of it. Maybe they had it right. That's all I'm going to say. I could just do so much because of the television title. I'm going to do it. Guys, don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm going to do it. Okay. I don't feel right. I don't feel right because Brian Pillman and Jushin Liger were putting on bangers after bangers after bangers. We'll come back to it. I was gonna do Steve Austin versus Liger or Steve Austin versus Pillman. Okay. So now we need to do... Well, we don't really need to do anything, but I'd like to do Dustin Rhodes. Okay, this is a good idea. We're going to go Rhodes. We're kind of going to keep what was the go-to, like the starting storyline, and we're going to like break it up. We're going to go Rhodes versus Arn Anderson. Why? Because obviously Dustin's father, Dusty, has history with Arn Anderson and the Horsemen. Okay, Add storyline again. We're going to go WCW. Larry Zbyszko. I want to put Steve Austin in a feud here as well. Should I maybe try to step away? Is there anybody I could put him up against? Is there anybody? You know what? We're kind of going to give Steve Austin kind of like a small feud here. Just until we get... Like, the issue is that there's a lot more well-known heels than there are faces. So, we're going to go Steve Austin. I know what you're thinking. Really? Against the Z-Man? Shut up. That's what I'm going to say to you. I accidentally hit caps lock. Can't tell. Z-Man. All right. Tom Zink. You're going to lose to Steve Austin. Spoiler alert. Okay. Now, I want to do Larry Zbyszko here somewhere. I'm going to pull the trigger on something that I don't really view as necessarily wrong. So we're going to go Larry Zbyszko and Barry Windham. And this is how we're going to go about this. We're going to go Zbyszko versus Windham. Okay. And then I would like to do something with the Diamond Mine. Can I get Diamond Dallas Page? I guess I could go Diamond Dallas Page and Johnny B. Bad. They had a feud in real life. In real life, it's still real to me. PN News. I mean, that's somebody I don't really want to go about that just yet. Oh, you know what? Who else is a part of the York Foundation? They're not a stable in the game, but who else is? Let me find Alexandra York. Okay, so she only. Okay, no, this is fine. This is good. So we can go teams, and we can get ready to get rid of these two, Ricky Morton and Tommy Rich. In fact, I'm going to right now. Boom, done. Okay. And then what I can do is I can add a team. I can do the Rock and Roll Express, baby. Okay. Unit. Double drop kick. That's their finish. I was going to say. They definitely have a finish. Okay, we're going to add this team. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go the York Foundation. And I don't really see the reason of making them a stable if I'm just going to do the two. And Thomas Rich. We're just going to go unit. So this is going to give me something to do here. Storylines. Now we have something a little bit smaller here. Got WCW. I'm turning Richard Morton face right away. But I've been preparing his turn for the 2 weeks prior. Like, the first thing I did was do that. So we're going to go Rock and Roll returns. Okay, and we're going to go Richard Morton, Thomas Rich, Robert Gibson, and Mr. Hughes. And then we're going to come over here, and we're going to add a worker. We're going to go Alexandra York. I'm definitely wasting much time, much of my well-needed time. This is a lot of feuds for, 90-minute shows going into pay-per-views. So I'm on board with this. Okay, so we fix that issue right away. 40 minutes in, and I've only booked a BTV show. We're about to do something really cool here. So I do not have main event booked first, but I am going to book the main event first. So here's what we need to do. I need to get the titles off of these guys. Okay, where are they going to go? The Freebirds. Why? Because the Freebirds can feud with the Steiners here coming up. The Young Pistols are the United States Tag Champions, and they could probably, maybe, since they're recognizable, maybe, but I don't know. Maybe they'll feud with the Rock and Roll Express. Don't know. Okay, but we're going to put the belts on the Freebirds. The Freebirds have to have the straps. Don't know why. That's just what I'm feeling. So how are we going to get them the belts like this? We're going to give Michael Hayes the pin. I'm sorry, Dustin, you need to lose because I'm not going to risk Steamboat's popularity. In fact, we're going to do this. Now, where does it all turn around to do? We're going to go open, tainted, interference. Interference finish. Outside interference finish. We're going to have Dustin Rhodes be attacked by Arn Anderson. Bang! Starts their feud up. That's right. And then after the match, I know, I'm booking the main event segment first. After the match, this might not even be the main event because, it might not be good enough. We're going to have Arn Anderson beating up Dustin Rhodes crazy style. Going to have Ricky Steamboat getting clapped up too, right? And then we're going to have Rick Rude come out. Entertainment. I kind of view them on entertainment. It's hard for me to get good ratings. Okay, so prepare yourself. I'm gonna get really, really fast because I want to book to the end of January, and I need to get in the shower, and I'm leaving for my party to go pick up my girlfriend who lives 10 minutes away from me. I'm gonna try to be there by 7. So things are gonna pick up the pace here a little bit. So we're gonna do that. And that's going to start up, obviously, because they're the Dangerous Alliance together. It makes sense. Steamboat just lost the belt. And they're going to mess, he's going to mess with Rick Rude. And that's going to start that stuff. Okay. And we're going to start the show with Sting and Harley Race cutting it crazy promo style. Like that. And then what other, we have Zbyszko. Barry Zbyszko, and who's he? Barry Windham. Right. Okay. Barry Windham, entertainment. And then we're going to go with this. Now, how do we get the Z-Man? Like, how does it make sense? The Z-Man can't cut a promo and have it make sense. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to do this. Unfortunately for Steve Austin, it's all going to make sense here. We're going to go the Z-Man, and we're going to go a non-title match. Z-Man's going to go over, right? A little bit of back and forth. But we're going to do Flash Pinfall. And we're also going to make sure that we protect Steve Austin. Okay. Yes, non-title. And how's that going to make sense? Why is Steve Austin wrestling on TV? Well, I'm not going to really spell it out for you, but something to do with Paulie Dangerously. He's going to come out, and he's going to make sure that before the match, everybody in the audience knows, hey, this match, not for the title. Okay. And then I also need to do... Okay, I got Austin Z-Man, Luger Sting, Rhodes and Arn Anderson, Rick Rude, Steamboat, Zbyszko, Windham. Okay, Rock and Roll Express. I need to kind of start planting the seeds for that, and I'm missing it. That's okay. Okay, so we're gonna do. How are we gonna go about this? Okay, what if we did this? What if we continue to get what if they still lose? Okay, now I know they're technically not a team at the moment, but they will be. Okay, so what if Thomas Rich? Okay, so what if they lose again? They're gonna have Scott Steiner pick up the dub. Go storytelling, because we are trying to tell a story here. I do not think, by the way, that Alexandra York can't cut a promo. I don't remember Terry Runnels cutting any banger promos. Well, you know what? She's not bad. Okay, so we're going to give her a promo on Richard Morton, and we're just going to do it right here, right now. You're fired. She fires him live, right? But we don't do anything else yet, okay? We're going to have next week, or the go-home show, we're going to have him get jumped by the York Foundation, and that's when we're going to put the tag team together. Ready? Okay, here we go. This has got to come here, here, here. You know what? Let's make this an 8-minute match. Yep. Do I want to have a different main event to get the rating better? Absolutely. Does it make sense for a title change to be on free TV and have it not be the main event in the 90s. Absolutely not. So we're going to find something to do here right in the middle. Probably put Johnny B. Bad on TV. Who will he lose to? Arn Anderson. Why not? Let's kind of have that happen. Have Arn Anderson go over here. Oh, Arn. Get out of here. Okay, and then we have this. We're going to not have this open. We're going to have this a little bit before Arn Anderson comes out here. We're going to have it be right there. Okay. Now, before the main event, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go Dusty Rhodes is going to cut a promo with Dustin, follow me here, on Arn Anderson. He's kind of just going to hype him up. Why? Because last week, on something that I didn't, I wasn't streaming, Dusty Rhodes, I think they lost. Was it at Clash of Champions they lost? Right. So Dustin Rhodes lost earlier in the night, and then Dusty Rhodes kind of cuts a promo on him a little bit. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to put that here and here, and it looks as though we can run with it from this moment. From this moment right here. So it would not be penalized. Hopefully the show doesn't stink. Let's roll out, Autobots. Okay, good promo to start the show. Not a great match, but it's above 50. That's all we need. Okay, not bad. I should have, you know what? I should have made sure Richard Morton got pinned. In the last match, Thomas Rich got pinned. I should have made sure it was Richard Morton. That's okay. Okay, not really a great promo here. That wasn't really a great promo, but it's better. Hey! Clap it up for Johnny B. Bad. Gets carried. Oh! Dusty Rhodes! Okay, my man. Okay, hey, not a bad main event. Okay, perfect. Not bad. Why? Oh, right. It's because in the next segment, the Steamboat rivalry starts. Okay, perfect. Finish show. Wrap it up 84. That's the best rated show outside of Clash of Champions. I do have main event focus on. Now, is it a cop-out? Some might say. I don't say. Because I think of, these 90s promotions. My thing kind of broke. These 90 promotions were very much like that, right? Like, it didn't... Now, you want to have a better, undercard. Like, of course, you want to have a good undercard. But, when... Back when it was a money, like, the money was in the main event. And now the money's more in the promotion, right? The money's in the main event. So I do have it as a main event focus. So I kind of got bailed out there a little bit. Michael Hayes, I'm like what I'm hearing from Arn Anderson. Michael, you are younger than Arn Anderson, buddy. Wrap it up, dude. Okay. Titles, World Tag Team. That good. Congrats to those guys. Let me make sure how much Ricky Steamboat. Okay, he only lost a little popularity. He's no longer a major star, though. So if I come here to creative, will he still be up there? No, he will not. That stinks. That'll change. That'll change real quick. Now, storylines. Let me make sure everything's good. We got 67, 71, 79, 57, 71, 60. Everything's good. Woo! Hoo. Okay. So, what we are going to do here is kind of does seem, again, a little bit like a cop-out, but I'm not going to have Sting wrestle. However, I want the high attendance. Sting's the figurehead, so I got to get him on the card. So, We're gonna have him feud with Harley Race. Not feud, sorry. Technically yes, but no. Okay, Harley Race. Okay. Unfortunately, for the nobody's here right now, by the way, but I do have to get ready to go. I talked a little bit too much in the beginning. However, if there is any soul out there that has watched up to this point, or skipped to when I started booking, 30 minutes in, and you got here and you're here in this moment, please, please, please. I'm having fun. I am going to stream again, right? I'm going to stream again. I used to have a lot of subscribers that specifically came for this game, right? I am going to stream this again. I am having a lot of fun doing this. I don't know if it's just because I'm in a good mood, whatever. I'm definitely 100% going to stream again. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. But if you're here, please comment something, like the video, like the stream. Please let me know that this is more of stuff that you want to see. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, now that I'm done begging for likes because I'm sorry, because I'm just a sad, sad individual, we're going to go Diamond Dallas Page. My favorite move on the planet, the Diamond Cutter. Is gonna beat up some J-Brones with his squad. We're gonna go Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Sorry. I wonder if his popularity won't go up until the match airs. Like, I mean, his popularity in the Southeast is going up, but that's because he wrestles in the Southeast all the time. Okay, so Scarlett Armstrong, and I don't want to Johnny B. Bad. You know what? Fine. Throw a Ragnaman in there. Throw him in there. Who cares? 10 minutes? Why not? Why not let it fly? Let's give the win to Scott Hall. Then we're going to have the Diamond Mine cut promo, Diamond Dallas Page, the Diamond Stud, and Vinny Vegas. Kimberly Page? Kimberly Page is not... Oh, is she under the Diamond Doll? The Diamond Doll? Okay, so she's not here. That's fine. She's not here yet, is what we say. Okay, now we're going to have Johnny B. Bad. Gonna go over someone who's a heel. You are. Thanks, Pat Rose. Second time I'm booking you. This time you're losing. All right, we're gonna make this one a little bit more open, a little back and forth here. Johnny B. Bad, Entertainment. We're gonna give him a 6-minute promo. Let the guy cook. They're angry at me. They said, "Get that guy off TV." I'm sorry. I'm having a good time. I cannot wait to stream this again. I'm just sad that I yapped the first minute. I probably would have been able to get to the end of the month. Now, we are going to get to the ratings, though. I absolutely will make sure I see the ratings. Okay, so we're going to go with... Let's do another tag team match, playa. We're going to go with... the Young Pistols. Why not give them a title defense? Why not? And I need to get Steve Armstrong, sorry, on TV because he's voted as unimportant. So thankfully he's got Tracy Smothers with him, who isn't. So that's fun. Tracy Smothers and Steve Armstrong. I'm sorry. No, it is Scott Armstrong. Jeez. Too many Armstrongs. Okay, I just want to look at their promo skills. He's not really that good. And he's definitely not that good. So we're going to tag them. Here we go. Bang. Okay, what do I think the best match of the card is going to be? Be honest. You know what? I'm going to run it like this. The champions defend their titles in the main event. Of course they do. Okay, Sting and Harley Race, thank you. With the Diamond Death Drop. Okay, I probably should have given the win to Diamond Dallas Page, but, I'm a sucker for Scott Hall. Good promo here. Well, not great, but... yeah, they did not care, but that's okay. I don't care that they didn't care. Right. Oh, no! I did the wrong Armstrong, brother! Oh, no, man! This was important, because he had to get the boost from being on TV. Why didn't you guys stop me? There's no one here. No one here. That's okay. Dang it! I'm so sad. Okay. Anybody that I need to know about here? No. Okay. So, I'm just gonna go until we see that the ratings of the show. What 1 hour? I talked practically for 1 hour. I now this is like 2009 WWE, right? There was like 10 minutes of action the entire show. Oh, but you know what? I had a good time. I enjoyed talking. Hopefully you guys did too. I did want to check. Still Eastern Championship Wrestling. Classic. Anyway, one more push here into the Sunday, and we'll look at the ratings. They're not going to be great. I'm not going to lie to you guys. They won't be great. However, they won't be bad. You know what I mean? So, while this is loading, if you've gotten this far, tomorrow I'm gonna live stream. I've decided I have two jobs, right? So I work until 1 p.m. at my first job, and then I go in for literally just a few hours on my second job. I work with my second job. I work with kids with disabilities, so I go in for 2 hours. So I'll be back home ready to rumble by 4 p.m. Eastern time, and you can bet your bottom dollar that I'm coming on here and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a great time. Okay, 433,000 viewers. Not great, not bad. I do want to see. See, and his didn't go up that much, if at all. Anyway. Anyway, yeah. So 57 minutes I booked for all of like 8 of it. I need to go get in the shower and then I need to go. So if you've got this far, thank you so much for watching. It does not go unappreciated. And hopefully I will see you guys tomorrow. Anybody that watches this between now and then, I hope to see you tomorrow. Stop by. It'll be around 4 Eastern time. I will be live streaming and we will be booking for real. We are getting to Superbrawl tomorrow. Anyway, thank you guys.